we found it because apparently I had it in my. So I did. I had it in my pocket when we left 2 weeks ago from recording, and I dropped it somewhere between here and going out at the gym, and someone found it and gave it to Steph.
Yeah, look at us. We have a lot of honest people here.
So I mean, it's an SD card.
Yeah.
I'm just shocked it didn't get destroyed. You know, stepped on, crunched.
Michelle would have found it and been on the lost and found for no reason.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, someone found it and turned it into Steph's. It's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So we got all of our gunshots back. The two weird ones. That's two weird ones.
Give me my. That's not the sad. I don't want the sad one.
Yeah.
It's already too sad.
Hey, there we are. All better. Everything's all better. Yeah,
Ladies and
all better.
gentlemen,
Welcome to Cam and the Rev.
and some
Cam and the Rev, ladies and gentlemen. Cam and the Rev.
sometimes, every now and then.
Well, yeah.
Look, people, we're concerned.
We are.
We need you to reach out. We're going to dox Hefe. We're going to give you all his information, and you're going to be able to reach out to him. You're going to be able to go to his place of employment.
Call him. Okay, everyone listening. Call Jeff.
And just show him some love. Let him know we miss him.
770.
Look, my phone number's all over the internet. You'll be fine.
That's right. I mean, 770. 8.
Are you nervous now? Should you do this?
I don't know.
Well, if you're second guessing it, then maybe we shouldn't.
He won't get it.
All right, we'll do it this way. We'll do it this way. Call and leave a voicemail.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you can text, and then we'll send you all of Jeff's information.
Yeah. If you call, and we do have a voicemail, by the way.
Yes.
To talk about.
Oh. Sweet.
Yeah, we got a voicemail.
It's always good getting voicemails. We don't get them that often.
We don't. I'm trying to find our voicemail number though. Do you have it, dude?
It's on our Instagram.
It is on our Instagram. So we're going to give you this because we really do want to release Hefe's info.
We really do. But you got to want it for us to do that. So
yeah, you do have to
we're
want
not just going to give it away to you people.
No.
And look, Mark has a Cash App. So if like the more information you want, just wet our beak a little bit.
Yeah, 470-222-4063. That's 470-222-4063. Call us or text. You can text or leave a voicemail. Either I'll get anything.
Yes.
If you're watching right now, I will get it live, and we'll do this live on the air if you're watching right now.
For sure.
Shoot us a text to that number.
Yeah.
And I will send you Jeff's personal cell phone number.
Yeah. Text Hefe Lives.
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Hefe Lives.
And or hit us up on any social media.
Good.
Just comment Hefe Lives ? On anything.
A good one would be to go back and find an old reel of Hefes that you like.
Yes.
And then comment on that.
Hefe Lives ?
Hefe Lives. Yeah.
And I will get you Jeff's personal number.
Personal information. Yeah.
And we will make sure that you're able to reach out to him and just tell him how much that you miss him here on CRJ.
Hefe, if you're listening, we will start an OnlyFans in your name.
We will absolutely.
And we'll just acquire pictures.
Whether they're real or not.
I'll diddy it up.
Yeah, whether they're real or not.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No one's going to know. It doesn't matter. Once they're out, they're out. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube.
I think enough booze, I can get Jeff to send me some feet pictures. He's real proud of his feet.
He does think he has really nice feet.
I think so. I don't know.
I don't know that I've ever known a 48-year-old man that's been as proud of his feet as Jeff.
Dudes with a high arch kind of worry me sometimes.
What, like, I don't know. Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
I was like, wait.
Got you.
We're in there, baby. Now we know how to get the wheels turning.
Yeah.
We'll just threaten to dox one of our friends.
Dox Hefe.
Yeah, we'll get you all kinds of info. We'll give you updates on when we know he's going to be somewhere.
Yeah.
We'll do all that.
Yeah, we'll try to track him.
We'll try to track him. Yeah.
We know where he works. We can give you that address.
If somebody wants to donate a GPS system, I'll lock it onto one of his many vehicles.
You know, speaking of like calling, yeah, absolutely. I'm totally down.
Okay.
Like really cool, like calling people things and stuff. I saw there's a guy on TikTok. He's on TikTok. He's on Twitch. He's everywhere. His name is John Breaks Bad News.
Oh my God,
Have
that
you
dude
seen
is
that
my
guy?
favorite
He's
dude. I
great.
send his crap to
He
everybody.
is fantastic.
I
John Breaks
love
Bad
it, and he'll be
News.
like, "Okay, love you."
Love you. Say it back.
Say it back.
Say it back. Well, I don't think you love me. Yes, I do. Say it back.
He'll sit there. Yeah, no, he's hilarious.
I love it.
John Breaks Bad News is awesome.
I think we need to have John Breaks Bad News call Hefe.
Call Hefe.
Yeah.
Okay, we can do that.
We need to find some bad news to call.
Okay.
And have John Breaks Bad News to call Hefe.
Okay.
And I think that would be great. There's two people that I want John to deliver bad news to.
I could honestly, if it's $20, I could pay him
It's
every
free.
week. It's
free.
$20. I thought it was $20.
No. It's free, but if you pay, it's guaranteed that he'll try it. If you
Okay.
just catch him when he's online and submit it, he'll do it. You just have to submit the form.
I mean, even if it was $20,
Yeah,
I'd pay
$20.
I'd find somebody each week for him to do it.
So I would love him to call Hefe and break some bad news to Hefe.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
The other person, I would love for him to call Dave and break bad news to him. Like,
Oh no!
I think that would be a great conversation.
I mean, define
Like,
great.
Dave would answer the phone. Like, so they have to answer the phone is the thing. And Dave and Hefe are both old enough that where they would answer the phone.
Yeah, I agree.
Like most kids wouldn't answer if it's an unknown number. That I don't think they would answer. Young people, younger generations.
As long as it doesn't. Now it shows up as spam. So as long as it didn't show up as spam,
Yeah. Oh, that'd be.
that would be really good.
Oh,
Dave would definitely threaten to kick his ass.
Dave, but it'd have to be the right bad news. See, that's where he gets them. Is like they're like on edge a little bit, and then he tells them the bad news, whatever the bad news is, and then they get. It's kind of like my theory on oop and poop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for those of you that don't know, I call any two people oop and poop,
That's right.
and I've
It's
done
on
it.
your glass.
I've done it is on my glass.
Your glass is
Shout out to Amanda. My glass is filthy. But any two people, I call them oop and poop, and I've never had anyone get mad at me for calling them oop and poop. They always just argue between each other about which one's oop and which one's poop.
Yes.
So it's fantastic. I get to call someone poop, basically, and then they just argue on which one's oop, which one's poop. So it's the same thing with John. John, like, they're like, who is this? They have full attitude, like, when they answer, and he's like, well, who is this? He said, this is John from John Breaks Bad News. I've got bad news for you from Brent. He wants to tell you blah, 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 blah. And then they get pissed off or whatever, react to the bad news. One of them, the one I saw this week, it was, he called a guy, and he said, hey, your friend Kevin, we'll call him Kevin, your friend Kevin wanted me to tell you that your ex-girlfriend sent him pictures of her titties after you guys broke up, and he didn't want to tell you, but you know, and he's like, wait, what? And he's like, your friend Kevin didn't want to tell you. He was afraid to tell you, but you know, he wanted to be a good friend to you, and he said, you know, that your ex is your ex Brittany. Sent you pictures. He said, yeah, that's my ex. He said she sent him pictures. He said that the text was titties ? And before he could reply, it was boobies on his screen on his phone.
Damn.
And he laughed. He's like, bro, that is awesome. He said, yeah, I mean, she's got good ones. So he said, that's great. He said, well, thank you for calling and telling me. He said, I'll definitely let him know he doesn't, you know, not to worry about it at all. And it's hilarious. Then some chick got really mad at him for something. Well, like, she was mad, but then as soon as he told her the bad news, it was one of the ones he said, I love you too. And she's like, I don't think you love me. And he's like, no, I do. Say it back. So
Yeah, there was one he was trying to explain to him. He was like, no, I don't love you like as in I'm, you know, in love with you. I was just like, you know, like a brotherly type love. And the guy paused and he was like, yeah, I'm not comfortable with that. My favorite one lately was one guy was it was basically like he's breaking bad news to him that like it was one of his employees, and I guess the guy was a manager, and the employee sent the manager the bad news. He's basically telling him like, stick it up your ass. I'm doing this job. It's stupid.
Yeah.
And I wish I could remember the job. It was something just silly. It was something so silly. Damn it, it'll come to me. But it was funny because it progressively got worse for the guy as it went on.
Yeah.
Like, it went on for a while. I'll have to send it to you. It's really good. But, like, it just kept getting worse. And he was just like, basically saying he wasn't cut out for the job. And he wasn't, like, it was very silly. It was, I wish I could remember what the damn thing was. It was some stupid, like a Subway job or like a AutoZone job. Like, it was something like that. Like, it was super dumb. Like, it was, he's not cut out for this business and all that. I was like, well, maybe he just doesn't give a shit about the shit
just
job.
care about it.
Which is kind of an interesting conversation that runs into I had the other day. It's sort of shifting gears, but kind of about like everybody runs into, you hear it all the time about people talking about people don't want to work anymore, and you can't find anybody to work, and people, nobody wants to work, and all this and that, and people are lazy, and immigrants are going to take their jobs, and all this kind of stuff, and we need more immigrants to take those jobs because people don't want to do those jobs, and this and that, and it's an interesting conversation because there's really two sides to it, and then the truth. People are lazy.
Some people are.
Some people are. But also, sorry, my daughter's got my energy drink.
Hey, tell her bring it on up here.
Bring it up. Sorry, folks. But we were basically talking about how some people are lazy and some people don't want to work, and a lot of it is a kind of a coincidence that after COVID it got way worse. But I think people got to see behind the curtain a lot more than just the obvious, know. And what people definitely got to see was a life briefly without slaving for a company for nothing.
That's exactly right.
And if those companies want to fill those positions long term for generations, you're gonna have to not wear these people down to death.
That's
and
right.
Use them up and then throw them away or replace them at at a blink of an eye, where there's no relationship at all with their company. They're supposed to be so invested in the company that they literally give their life for it, but the company don't give two shits about you. So maybe a lot of people are just tired of working these meaningless, for no fulfillment, no nothing, bullshit fucking jobs. For really no money. Nobody's really, like, they sell you on all your benefits and all that kind of stuff, and your bullshit pay and everything. But it's just, you're just another cog in the wheel. And for some people, that's a lot better than the latter, and that's fine.
Sure.
But I mean, how far, like, what percentage of that would be out of your people, out of your employees?
I have an interesting take.
Okay.
First, Deep State 69 on our YouTube says, "Hey girls," to us.
The Deep State?
Deep State, yeah.
Oh, great.
The Deep State 69 is in our chat right now.
Hola. Gracias. You want to get on the mic? Say hey
Ultra
to the people.
Peach.
Hello.
And then say hey to the people because you just on camera.
Hi.
Hey, my beautiful daughter. Thank you, dear.
Thank you.
Oh, Peachy Keen.
Yeah, Peachy Keen. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Yeah, so the Deep State 69
State.
is in our chat. Or they were. I don't know if they're still there. I don't know if I missed it.
We haven't heard from I think the Deep State has been on our chat before.
And we just missed it.
Well, there's weird things that start happening every now and then. We start bringing up certain stuff,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, like, moves start being made against us. And we were up to we were hitting viral videos.
Yep.
We were hitting like 25K views on this, that, and the other. And some of the low ones were either on like 8K, 10K.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, we start talking about Harris, and we start talking about all this other stuff. Like, we start bringing up aliens, and we start talking
Conspiracy
about
theories.
Yeah, we start talking about the realness, and then all of a sudden we start getting demonetized.
Yeah, deep state it says I'm always here is what they just came back.
Shit.
Yeah,
All right. Well, I can't conform. Okay. All right. I can help the Illuminati, but I can't, or I don't know what y'all call it, but I can't lube up like Diddy. Okay, y'all can't
don't
Diddy
diddy
me.
us.
Don't Diddy me.
Don't diddy us.
Don't Diddy me. Don't Diddy me.
I saw an interesting conspiracy theory about the Diddy conspiracy theory.
Yeah, there's so many right
that
now.
it wasn't actually baby oil, but it's some kind of skin drug.
GHB.
Yeah, GHB.
Yeah, which is in the South they call it Georgia Homeboy, but it's basically used like in a lot of ways they use it like a date rape drug.
Gotcha.
But you can
So you can
apply
ingest it?
You can ingest it, but it's like the guys who do it with just a cap.
Yeah.
So like a big 280-pound dude would take
Yeah.
one cap, and you would be as if you were drunk.
Really?
So guys would take this junk and pour it into girls' drinks and stuff like that, or girls would pour it in guys' drinks.
Yeah.
And if you're already drinking alcohol and they put a fat cap of GHB in your drink that you don't taste,
So what is it?
I'm not exactly sure of like
Yeah.
the chemical makeup
Well,
of what
okay,
it is.
I don't want you to out yourself here.
I'm not sure how to mass produce it
Okay.
because you
All right.
buy a little bit of
No,
acetone mixed with
no.
my-
Stop right here. Stop right
No,
now.
I really don't know what exactly it's made of. I know it's not like Molly or ecstasy, but you can kind of get some of that.
But it's just really just to make you just like
Well, if you did it externally and you had it in bottles of whatever,
Right.
then it would be cut way down. So you would get a diminished version of that, which would be, euphoric and,
Sure.
inhibitions are gone, like
Right,
all that kind
right.
of stuff. You're loose.
and if you're ingesting it,
If
then
you're ingesting it, you're
just
fucked
gone.
up. Yeah, you're fucked up.
Especially if you're a 120-pound woman.
Yeah, or 155 pound dude. Yeah, or whatever.
Lightweight.
Dude, I've seen legit 250-pound football players go down off it, like full.
That's crazy.
Hunched over.
So what's the like? I mean, I don't want to say what's the
We could just Google it.
downside.
I'm not
of
googling
it.
on mine, but
I'm not googling it. Maybe Deep State will come on at some
Deep
point.
State. Yeah, there you go.
Tell
Deep
us.
State. If you would,
What
I'm sure someone in your
GHB.
organization, or
Somebody
something could
knows
let us know.
GHB.
So.
Like what's the negative of it? Like, can you die if you
Oh
take it?
yeah. I'm sure you could OD on it pretty bad, and then I'm not sure what it does to your brain. Like too much ecstasy heats up your brain.
Oh,
So if you do it too often, it can do brain
Yeah.
damage. I'm not sure about pure Molly because Molly is just pure ecstasy, like it's a pure version of ecstasy. But back in the day, they used to have like Playboys and .coms and double stacks and triple stacks, and they would be speed based or heroin based. So there's inherent issues there, right? But you can definitely OD on GHB. Like I know some celebrity type, model type, stripper types, they'll take it because it's like getting drunk, and not
not have to ingest the
a
actual
whole
alcohol.
bottle
Yeah.
of something and all
Right.
the calories and
Yeah.
heartburn and all that bullshit.
Huh.
Yeah, there's a lot of it's not I don't want to say it's very safe, but it's
Yeah.
definitely, if you were going to put it in a bunch of lube and then put it all over people, that would
That's
probably make sense.
wild.
Yeah, you just drug in the whole room.
That's wild.
There's what's that new Channing Tatum movie? They compared it to that. Me and Steph just watched it.
Oh,
Double
where
click?
the perfume, where
Yeah.
they spray the perfume on people or something.
I think it's double click or click or.
Yeah, I saw it.
Trap, I just saw. That's not it.
No, I saw it.
But
And they start forgetting people.
yeah,
like-
it's. I don't want to spoil it, but it's a good movie.
No,
It's-
the trailer tells you that much, basically.
Yeah. They basically they spray it and then it basically like they just forget everything.
Yeah,
and then
they're just having a good. Are they on an island? Is this some rich guy's
so
island?
they like pick him up. They pick all these people up randomly and
like,
they're just like,
who
we're going
wouldn't want to go to?
Yeah, and then they're like, how many days has it been? And It's
Right.
been like weeks and weeks,
Right.
and they're basically just using these
Yeah.
people up. It's pretty.
That's wild.
That part's pretty terrible, but
Yeah.
it's very interesting that it came out the same time all this Diddy stuff came out
crazy,
and everything. Like, Yeah, the Diddy stuff's going deep. No pun intended.
Yeah. Did you see Diddy saying he wants to testify?
Yeah. Wonder what that's all about.
I don't know, bro.
Wants to you think he's just arrogant?
Probably, but I don't know. That's
Delusional and arrogant.
bro. There's a lot of weirdness coming out of
Candace
this.
Owens has covered a bunch of it. She's linked it to gangster rap being not modified, engineered,
Yeah.
just to basically attack and control the black community. And she's dug up. Hefe would probably be heartbroken, but she dug up some stuff,
no.
some early, and it's not an unknown video, but it's an early Tupac, actor Tupac, very flamboyant type Tupac, like not the I fucked your bitch type Tupac at all. And there's a lot of that though. There's a lot of
Not Tupac.
yeah, dude, it's all engineered. It's all engineered, and
I know.
it's all acting. It's all engineered. That we're surrounded by actual gangsters, which is why shit went down.
Just enough actual gangsters that where somebody actually got killed.
Yeah, and then once it was past the like embryo stages, then it just took off, and they didn't have to really do anything. And now you've got guys that, you know, I mean, hell, they had Atlanta rappers that were robbing each other.
Yeah.
Because you took real dudes that were just following that formula, you know, that was just like, oh, yeah, I want to be a gangster rapper, you know? Mm-hmm. Like Gucci Mane and Jeezy legit had beef. Like, legit, Jeezy put a number, basically a hit out on Gucci's chain. And it resulted in a fucking home invasion on Gucci where he shot and I believe killed one of them right there on the spot, and then chased the other one down, just popping at him, wounded him. It's just a whole bunch of gnarly stuff, dude.
That's wild.
Wild, right?
That's wild.
And then you had that whatever Triple X extension. I don't think that's his name.
Yeah.
XX Tanash. I don't know these guys, but
Yeah.
you know that guy got killed.
Yes.
He was going to pay cash for a bike, a motorcycle, or something like that. And then a guy was just going to rob him and kill him, and robbed him and shot him.
Yeah.
You know.
There's a lot. It's really funny, like the what's his name's trial that's going on in Atlanta right now.
The Savage, 21 Savage. Yes, but I know what you want to talk
That
about.
trial, the rap trial that's going on in Atlanta right now.
Yeah. The Fulton County stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It's interesting because
Young Thug.
Yeah,
Was
yeah,
it
yeah, Young Thug. Young Thug
Young
trial.
Gucci, Young
Young
Pencil.
Thug, all of them. But like there's
Young Magic Marker.
there's some there's like in that group, it's funny like the lines between the money people, the people with the money and the people with the power, and then the people doing the crimes and the distinctions there. You know, it's like you can tell who's fake and who's real by who's doing the crime.
Right.
And it's like the real one, the fake ones, I should say, are the ones that are really, they're the ones that are, they're the ones that are, like the fake ones have the money, they have the cars, but they never get caught, and it's not like they're smart, they're just not about that life. But then the real ones, they're like, one guy's testifying, the guy that's been on the stands, the state's evidence trying to get him to flip. They gave him immunity, so he's supposed to. So he's like, he asked the judge, he's like, so I can't get in trouble for nothing I say?
Yeah.
And judge is like, no, you cannot. He's like, yeah, we went up and shot his barbershop up. They're like, why'd you do that? I don't know, because he was beefing. Is it like? Just because he said because I ride with and called his buddy, and he said and he didn't like him, and he said let's go, and he said you don't ask questions when it's your friends. He said you just go. He says he says we just went, we shot his barbershop up.
See, the older I get, the more I used to like. I guess when I was younger, and you glorify that kind of stuff, like you see those kind of guys and. You sort of like, oh, that's, they're the real ones or they're gangsters or something like that. But every time I see those type of guys, I'm just like, Y'all are getting sold.
Yeah,
Somebody's selling y'all.
that's exactly right.
Somebody's hustling y'all. Because if I'm a kingpin type, then I need a stable of dudes just like that.
dudes that are
people
willing
that are like that, female, male, doesn't matter. But
to go shoot somebody's barbershop
yeah,
up.
and for me to coax them into it and easily
exactly right.
manipulated and all that
That's
kind
right.
of stuff. So I'm just
Think we're boys.
dad's puppet. Yeah.
And like Young Thug, apparently he rented a bunch of cars. He had a bunch of car rentals in his name. So he
yeah. Nobody around you saying, hey, man, that ain't, you don't need to do that.
So
There's a better way to do this.
yeah, so he had a bunch of cars in his name, and he would just like hand out keys to these rental cars that he had to certain guys. Like they would get the rental car, and other guys wouldn't. So it's just like
What
all
the
these just
crap?
manipulation and control, and it's really kind of crazy. The whole scene of it all.
And that's just at the Young Thug level, which
Right.
ain't that high.
No,
It
that's
ain't
just
that.
that's like a city.
Street level.
Yeah, street. Yeah, that's right.
Barely.
Yes,
You know.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, you can do some rowdy shit. Yeah, and I'm sure if you were pressed, you know, you could really make
could get
some
shot.
waves.
Yeah, you
I'm
get
sure you
shot.
could. But there's lots of guys like that.
Get shot at a gas station,
Right.
If you had the wrong gas station,
This Diddy level stuff.
bro, that's
It's
next
international.
level. It is wild.
What's the New York? He's a chief now. Was a mayor that just stepped down.
Andrews or was it? And
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the New York mayor
Yeah. The New York mayor.
is indicted.
Yes. Did he? Yeah. Oh, he's indicted. Did he not step
They
down?
indicted him. He has not stepped down yet.
Okay, but he used to be a chief of police.
No, the chief of police also stepped down
Holy
as indicted.
shit.
They're set.
But he wasn't mayor back during all the Diddy stuff. He was something else.
No, like in that the New York mayor's cabinet, all of his rulers, all his rulers.
It's not far
It's
off,
not
buddy.
far off.
Ask the Deep State if he can confirm or deny the.
Yeah, let us know. But there's in the mayor cabinet, so like police captain, the sheriff sheriff, the assistant mayor, assistant to the mayor, 17 people have been indicted out of his cabinet.
Whoa.
So the police chief got indicted, and then the guy they replaced him with, within 48 hours of him taking the position, was indicted and had to step down.
A lot of corruption for a blue state.
A lot
blue
of
city.
blue. And then AOC's catching crap because apparently the red light district is in her district right now, and it's just wild in New York. It is just like out of control, overrun, you know.
Immigration's
No,
got to be a problem. Like, I'm
immigration,
sure you're stretched thin.
law enforcement, like defunding police.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to work. I mean, who wants to work in that environment? Like if I'm a cop, look, if I were ever a cop, knowing that my department and the community around me had my back would be number one for me.
For sure.
Like,
Because it ain't the money.
it's
It
definitely
ain't
not
the
the money.
glory and the, you know.
And
the
but
medal,
even
like,
places where it is the money, like New York cops get paid really well
in comparison
compared to cops any other places.
Yeah, but the cost of living doesn't make up
Cost
for
of
that.
living is really high.
Yeah, that's same.
So, but bro,
They ain't making no kind of money. You don't know of any baller cops unless they're crooked.
that's true.
Like, they'll be able to live. They'll be
Yeah.
fine, but it definitely ain't what they should be making.
But no, you're right. But there isn't any amount of money that would make me want to work for a department that I had to worry about everything that I did.
For sure. That
You
they
know,
weren't going to have my
they weren't
back.
gonna
That
have
they
my
weren't
back.
going to sell me under the bus. Yeah.
And just, you know, on anything at all, strip me, prosecute me, put me in jail. You know, the Minnesota, speaking of vice presidents, you know, was
yeah.
it Waltz,
Yeah.
is that the Harris VP Waltz?
Which,
Tom,
Tom Waltz.
yeah, I think so. It's
Wizard. Grand
old
Wizard.
guy.
Waltz. Oh, wait, no. That no.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's. Well, you saw, as far as the police departments, you saw it in Georgia during all the riots around the pandemic and all the what's his name, Floyd.
Yeah, George Floyd.
George Floyd.
Tim Waltz.
Tim Waltz. Yeah, that's right.
Who was the Minnesota governor.
Right.
Yeah, and Minnesota, bro, like you wouldn't think that it would be as liberal as what parts of it are, and I'm sure it's probably a
Not
lot
as
like some of the
rural as
other.
it is, like,
But like they went full like off the blue deep end, and especially the really populated areas of Minnesota. And I wouldn't. You couldn't pay me enough money to be a cop in those areas.
No. Well, you saw it amongst the agencies in Georgia. Whenever all the George Floyd stuff went down, you had a lot of riots. It was all during the pandemic. The old left wing machine was just running,
Churning.
You just churning up all kinds of bullshit. And then you saw Atlanta cops that were kneeling in the street with protesters and all. Not necessarily like you saw some that were like, hugging it out and all that. And that's beautiful. That's great.
Absolutely.
That's not what this was.
Correct.
They were just giving in,
Not doing
and their
their job.
department was making them do it.
Yes.
Where you saw other agencies on the outskirts that were like, y'all can kneel in the street.
Yeah, don't come out here.
We're not doing that. We're not. You're not going to burn a cop car and then we're going to like bow to you. Like,
No.
What is that about? Like, what are you doing?
No, if as a cop you can't trust your administration in your branch or whatever department that you work in, don't work there.
Yeah,
there are good departments.
Look, I don't want corrupt departments in any part of the government. I don't. Or the deep state. Like, I don't want a police department, especially like local police departments that are corrupt. That's not the same thing as having their back. They don't have
Absolutely.
to sweep things under the rug. Like, you
Yeah.
need to regulate your house. Like, you need a clean house for sure. But damn, you got to back your guys.
Absolutely.
Like, what are they out there doing? Why are
They
they out there?
have an extremely hard job to do.
Yeah, and you can be literally like a cop. A regular beat cop that's out on the street 12 hours a day or night or whatever.
Yep.
I mean, they're running chances of catching a case just as quick as any criminal.
In
over
some
nothing. Over trying to do their job the best they can. Now, a lot of that comes down to your training and everything, which is even more reason not to defund them. Like, they
That's
need more
exactly
training.
right.
They need more money.
Train them more.
Train them more. Spend more money.
Don't train them
on
less. Train them more.
Don't waste money.
Right.
Like, that means train them
Yeah, they
better.
don't
That means
nec-
overhaul your system.
They don't need Humvees to drive around.
No.
Okay.
No.
They don't need
Well,
Humvees.
and departments that are small, like Temple Police Department, stuff like that.
Mount Zion has a Humvee.
They don't need all this. They don't need all this.
They probably got it for free.
If you got it for free, it's fine.
Yeah,
but
they probably got it for
Temples, would you ever see Temples when they audited their crap?
No, I didn't. Was it bad?
It was ridiculous.
Oh,
Because I guess they were able to justify, since they have to maintain I-20 in their little patch.
Yeah.
But it was too much.
Yeah.
It was, I don't think y'all even they had like more vehicles than they did cops. Like, it was something stupid. It was such a waste.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you're gonna spend, like, I really think they ought to regulate their trigger time at the range with, their hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah. I
Like,
agree.
you should have X amount of training sessions to earn your trigger time.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you're going to go to a shooting range on your own dime, that's different. But if you're going to go on the government's dime, on the taxpayers' dime,
they do department,
where they
range
provide
days,
ammunition and all that.
of
Dude,
it.
if you're
And
going
get paid overtime,
yeah, piss on that,
Yep.
dude. If you're able to do that, then you're able to train. You're able
Yes.
to do hand to hand. You're able to work out.
Yep.
You should have like standards. Like, if you're gonna reap all these benefits, then you gotta meet these standards.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta be able to fall down and get up. You can't be some fat
Absolutely.
body that can't run 2 miles.
That's exactly right. And I think
I can't run 2 miles right now and be efficient later. Not full clip.
No.
I can jog me out a nice little 2, but I ain't sprinting a full clip after you. Like,
No, I'll get in the car and meet you there.
dude, I talk to the local guys here all the time about. All right, it sounds a little fucked up when you say it like this, but they ought to treat it like hog hunting. They ought to have the dogs that just run them down.
Yes.
And then the one they keep on the chain that ends them right when they get there.
Yeah.
Clearly, I don't want to run people down with dogs.
No.
Yeah, although they do have dogs. But,
Some of them.
like, all right, if me and Jordan were working a job,
Yeah.
Jordan's definitely going to chase a dude down
Yep.
and latch onto him.
Yep.
And then when I get there, I'll put him all the way down and we'll cuff him.
Yeah, we'll handle.
Yeah.
We'll finish off whatever needs to be done.
Yeah. Simple.
Yeah.
You don't have one guy that's able to kind of keep it together, another guy that's dying. Like,
That's
if you
exactly
look at
right.
somebody and you're like, you take your time getting there. And when you get there,
bring the car.
yeah, bring the car.
Bring the car. You know,
yeah. If you're over 250,
yes,
you don't need to be sprinting after people.
Because it's not going. You're not going to catch them.
No, and it's not. No, and I would get in trouble all the time if I was a cop.
Yeah,
They're like, "Why do you chase them?" I'm like, huh?
Nope.
What? I ain't chasing nobody.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's interesting.
But and Minnesota was really. I mean, but that's your man Tim Walz's.
That's your Democratic vice presidential candidate, vice president nominee. Right.
Don't
there.
worry. Harris has already said that she's for the police, though. Man, she's not about defunding the police.
I know. She also said
anymore.
She's also said that she's going to put a Republican in her cabinet too when she gets into.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
There's some that would check her boxes.
Yeah. That's exactly right. They're the same ones that have been on the other side of Trump on every single thing that he's tried to do.
Don't even do that. Just go middle.
Mm-hmm. She can't go middle.
Go at JFK. Go at Tulsi.
Yeah, she can't.
Go middle.
She had a chance. She had a chance for that. She did.
Oh, yeah.
She had a chance. JFK Jr. reached out to both sides.
Yeah.
And the only one that reached back out to him was Trump. Like, the Democrats had an opportunity to go middle, and they chose not to.
See, that kind of turned me off from JFK. If I had any kind of knock, and I was been hardcore JFK, like I wanted a Kennedy, and I just nostalgic.
Yeah.
It all worked, like felt right. It all lined up with what, I believe in, what he was saying.
Yep.
But the fact that he didn't choose one, and maybe there was a strategic thing here that I'm not aware of, that was way smarter than I'm like understanding. But
honestly, I think he was looking for some quid pro quo, some this for that. I think he
just
was
making a move.
I think he was looking for whoever was going to give him the best opportunity to make a difference, and the most difference in the way that he wanted to make it. Right. So he has a laundry list of things that he wants to get done. Who's going to work with me the most to get the most of this done?
Right.
And, he reached out to both sides.
Right.
And Harris didn't return the calls at all. Reached out to Trump. Trump sat down with him, talked to him, gave him the time of day. And now you're starting to see some really cool things being brought out about JFK Jr., where certain ways he would fit in the Trump administration.
Yeah.
About our food right now.
That's a huge one for me. Which he's been running on forever. He's been running on this cause for a long time.
Absolutely.
And the fact that he's going to go at it and spearhead it,
and he's going to have something behind him.
Yeah.
It's not just going to be him just saying stuff. He's going to have
fix our food.
A Trump administration behind him who talking about people that will back somebody that's for him.
Right.
Trump will back. If you are for Trump, he will go to bat for you.
Yeah, against all odds.
Yeah,
like he'll get shot over it.
Yeah,
apparently,
and almost shot another time.
Yeah,
multiple assassination attempts.
Yeah,
and Joker showed up at the Georgia-Alabama game, walking through the stadium yesterday.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he was in the press. He was up in the. He was up in one of the boxes up in the top, watched the whole game, and walked through the stadium with just 100,000 people.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Just
whatever.
Just a normal, because he got nothing to worry about at the Alabama game. Georgia, Alabama, in Tuscaloosa.
I would say it was in Tuscaloosa.
Right? He's got nothing to worry about.
You're in Bama, bro.
He's good, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
But he knows it, and he doesn't have to do that. He didn't have to be there.
No, I mean,
got a
really didn't need to.
Got a huge, like the whole student section went nuts when they showed him. And to compare and contrast, our collective boy Tim Walz showed up at the Michigan football game and got booed by the whole stadium. The whole place just booed him. Like,
well, they keep pretending like people don't like that what's happening isn't the real reality. Like, what you're seeing and what you know is not real. Trust what we're telling you. Like, don't believe your eyes. Believe what we say.
Well, so tomorrow night, you guys are hopefully listening on Monday.
Right.
Tuesday night is the vice presidential debate, which
should be really good.
Be really interesting.
J.D. Vance is on one.
He is so sharp.
He's dying for somebody to debate him.
Yes.
You see him take out that CNN lady? I guess she was CNN, wasn't she?
CNN, I think, yeah.
I don't even remember her name.
It was bad.
It was like JB against D1.
Yes.
Fully funded athletic program.
Yep.
It was bad.
Yep.
She was stumbling. She ended up basically accusing him of that he was responsible for bomb threats and all this other stuff that was going on in Springfield, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
All based off they're eating cats and dogs thing.
Yeah.
And just not only did he, which she had to walk it back hard, because he's like, you just accused me of that, like you're just
of terrorism,
yeah. And she's like, just to be clear, I didn't do that. That's not what I'm doing. Like,
and he wouldn't let her off the hook.
No, and he was like, no, you did, but we're moving on. But and then effectively created a whole laid out the whole argument for anybody that wants to argue against the very focused take on
Yep.
Trump pointing out that immigrants may be eating domestic animals.
It was reported.
All he pointed out, he just kept repeating that this is what he was hearing from his constituents.
Yes.
And that's the information that's coming down the pipe,
Yes.
and that the fact that there's, that they're saying that there's no basis for this information. Well, they've said that plenty of times, and then it turns out that there was.
Yes.
Because there's really no basis for them making that claim. Like, you don't know 100% that that's not happening. And
no, it's easy to say that there's
easy
nothing.
to say. But the hilarious thing is about it that this is, out of everything that's happening out there, this is what got the most attention.
Yes.
Was the fact that Trump and then J.D. Vance and all were saying that the Haitian immigrants there were eating cats and dogs, domestic pets. Now, he pointed out different cases where, there isn't any hardcore, definitive evidence. Like, nobody's got a video of a straight up Haitian just cooking a cat.
Right.
Okay. But you have story after story after story of people, immigrant or not, snagging cats and dogs, like coaxing them into and snagging them, and then doing whatever they're going to do with them.
Yep.
They do have a lady that was eating a cat.
Yep.
They don't know if she's an immigrant or if she's Haitian or whatever, and look, to be fair, I'm sure you can go places in San Diego and find some homeless person that's eating a cat or a dog.
Probably.
I'm sure you can go downtown Atlanta. You can go to Tallapoosa. I bet you they're eating some weird shit. Like,
Haralson County's rough up there. Haralson County's a little wild up in Haralson County.
I mean, they kicking off meth labs in the river.
Oh yeah, it's Haralson County's wild.
So I mean, but the whole argument is like, that's what it took for people to pay attention.
Yeah.
Not the 20,000 extra people that showed up out of nowhere.
Yes.
And the connection of the people in that community that have done charity work in Haiti, that have gone over, and that there was kind of a connection there. There was sort of you could see how people would start ending up there. That's kind of like, what are we doing whenever that's all that you're talking about? Like, why are you not talking about all the all the victims from all the immigrants that are there, and that there's
all the crime,
all the stress it's putting on the hospitals and the schools and all this other stuff? Like, that wasn't good enough. But the fact that somebody's going to say they're eating cats and dogs, so we want to make sure. And then their only argument back the other way is that, well, we're just not doing a good enough job of integrating them into the community. What? What are you talking about? Like, so we haven't done a good enough job of just filtering them into everything and hiding the fact that 20,000 people just got here,
exactly.
and that we just
we put too many in one area, so everyone noticed.
Right. That's exactly right. That's exactly
right. We put too many in one small area.
Right.
And so, like, you drop that many people in Atlanta or New York or Philadelphia or any other major city,
scatter them out,
and it's you have a community, but it's not noticed like Springfield, Ohio, which isn't a massive city.
No. So yeah, J.D. Vance did a decent job of really making that argument across the board for pretty much every Republican out there. When they want to bring up the cat and dog thing. Yeah, it was ridiculous, okay?
Yeah.
It's not, the fact that Trump said it isn't so ridiculous that we should stop paying attention to all this other stuff. Like, whatever, man. Like, it's still some crazy stuff going on. But
he'll say some crazy stuff.
It's
kind of what you get what you know what you're getting with.
Right. So the debate will be interesting, and there's some mixed messages on, like, I don't know that it's still out on J.D. Vance. I had to do some studying on him whenever Trump picked him, because I wasn't really necessarily like fully understanding why he picked JD Vance, because apparently like JD wasn't exactly for Trump for a number of years, and then Candace Owens had a great take on, like, her take on JD Vance's, you know, she kind of stated over and over that it wasn't like a knock on him, so to speak, but she kind of questions the motives on why he's in there, and she's fully on, you know, kind of the Tulsi kick, like anti-war.
Yeah.
And anybody that's not anti-war, it doesn't need to be in your cabinet.
Right.
Because the deep state is pushing hard for war right now.
Yeah.
And they're trying to manufacture World War III.
Yeah.
And she points out, like, one of his main supporters, Peter Thiel, that he has contributed pretty much all the money to JD Vance that he's needed for his campaigns and all, you know, whatever. Well, Peter Thiel has multiple companies. One, in fact, that helped created the AI that tracks all of our information and all kind of stuff. He's also made billions of dollars off of, I don't know what's the name of the company, but off the DOD since like 2009. So he's definitely that close to JD Vance. And he's definitely, you know, pro-conflict. Like, that's kind of how he thrives.
Yeah.
You know, so guys like that, backing guys like JD Vance, I could see where that's...
Make her nervous.
Yeah, it makes you nervous.
Make you a little questioning of it.
You know, I don't know how much of that got filtered to Trump as far as, like, campaign money goes and all that. So it does kind of raise up some red flags. And, you know, nobody's really made a good argument that the Republican Party's super anti-war. You know, it's...
They never had, like, all the way back to Bush.
Both sides really will push either way.
It just depends on what war.
That's right.
You know,
that's right.
they will push a war where the Republicans will not support any war that involves aggression towards Israel.
Right.
You know, they will go the other way with it.
Right.
Like, they'll start a war against some Middle Eastern country.
Well, both sides are pushing towards Iran.
Absolutely.
Republicans and Democrat right now. Palantir is the Palantir Technologies is Peter Thiel's company's founding chairman of Palantir, Palantir Technologies. And they created some of the AI systems and stuff like that help track our information. And
that's interesting.
It's a little wild. So, you know, and her take was that he needs to shit can JD Vance off of his, you know, out of the VP spot.
Yeah.
And I forget her. She's diehard for one of this. I forget the guy's name, but she has her take on who he thinks he needs to put in there. You know, but
yeah, I don't think he will.
Well, it's way too late for all that now. That'd be way extreme. Like,
it would be. Something would have to happen.
He'd really be risking a lot if he changed it VP by now.
And I will say, you know, and I'll tap out with this. I was a little skeptical about JD Vance initially. Didn't know a lot about him. But what I have seen out of him is he is an effective communicator.
Definitely.
And that's something that Trump really needed around him, and that I don't think he really had before. Pence really wasn't that guy.
No.
You know, he needs effective communicate, because that's where he struggles sometimes, is effectively communicating to everyone, not to his base. Trump always communicates to his base. He has
but he'll
that
always have his base.
Absolutely. He has that honed in. But he needs someone that can do like JD Vance did and go on CNN with one of their news anchors and not get sucked into a bad conversation.
Right.
But can combat that.
Check his ego.
That can have those conversations and put facts out there. Well, you know, this is what. And he's young, he's smart, he's sharp, and he can effectively communicate, which is why I think he is going to run the dog on Waltz tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I think I think if it goes anything like what I think it will go, I think he will just totally destroy it. And that will be the thing that will push Trump over, because it's teetering right now. You know, Trump is...
They say it is anyway.
He took it... Well, they say, which makes me think that it's more towards Trump than what they say.
For sure.
But even if you just follow the trend, you know, after the Trump-Harris debate, Harris definitely got a bump from that.
And he hit a dip.
And he did.
Yeah.
and then he started climbing back out of it to now where they're saying it's about even. But I think the problem with that is, and this is something that hasn't always worked in the Republicans' favor, is the Electoral College is actually in Trump's favor right now with what states he's able to pick up. That she has a lot more of the populous areas that are really blue, so she may win the popular vote but lose the Electoral College because she just wins the blue. The blues are really, really blue, where everything else is way more gray. So Trump may win some of these swing states, like Wisconsin is in play, Arizona is in play.
Right.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
She was just in Arizona.
Yep, she was.
Yeah,
and
she went down to the border that she's been taking care of.
And she spent 20. I saw her getting whoever that border patrol sheriff or.
Oh, I didn't see the questions.
Oh no,
I just saw she was down there.
He was trying. He tried really hard to stay even keel, and I respect him for it. But he came out and said something today like that she spent more time trying to figure out what her wardrobe was going to be while she was at the border than she did actually listening to the problems that he had to bring to her about the border. And
well, yeah, those guys have probably been trying to communicate with her for 3 years.
And that's what he said, 3.5 years. He said, we have been trying to get her here for 3.5 years. He said, I don't care who's the president. I just need somebody to listen and support us and be there. No. He said, if that's her, it's fine. I want to work with anybody. So he's very, didn't matter. He needs somebody to listen to. He wants support. He wants somebody to actually be there and go through it.
Yeah. Weird how that works across the board.
And he's like, he said it just feels disingenuous to me that she would come right now.
Yeah, no shit.
And only spend 20 minutes here. And then they also said that she didn't speak with any of the rank and file on the border, that she stuck to just the seniors, that she knew that she could kind of control a little bit of what they said. You go out there, start talking to the hourly guys. Bitch. Yeah, you might get something you just don't want to deal with.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna tap out with. Good luck to both candidates tomorrow night at the vice presidential debate, though.
For sure. Yeah, and just to kind of piggyback off of that, I think J.D. Vance will pretty much kill it. I think he's starting to get in the habit of, well, for one, I think that they are playing the long game, because no matter where he's at now, and I think that's why Candace Owens, I think she knows that, because she's a chess player. Like, she looks down the line. So she looks at who he's involved with now and then how that looks in 10, 15 years, whatever. But I think they are playing the long game with guys like him, guys like, who's the, damn it, Vivek. Ramaswamy, yeah. Vivek. I think guys like Vivek. Yep. I think guys like J.D. Vance. I think they're starting in now so that they have something down the line, like a young football team. They're looking for.
When those guys
are
building a coalition
for sure, which I don't think that the left is doing at all.
No,
it doesn't seem so.
And I wish Trump would have done it when in his first term. We might not even be here right now.
Maybe
one of those guys may would have been president.
Maybe, and I think that's what they're kind of working towards now. And you can kind of see it on how it'll really prove to me on debate night how J.D. Vance argues. Because if he does anything like he's done the past couple, or especially with that CNN reporter, he doesn't just argue and prove a point. He argues and makes a point for everyone else to be able to kind of regurgitate, because that's basically what people do now anyways.
Yes. Yep.
So if you'll listen, that's like, well, that's a solid argument against whatever you're saying, and that's what everybody on your side's saying. What's your answer to that? And if nobody can answer it, he kind of makes the argument for everyone.
Yes.
Which goes a long way, I think. Like, he gives people a voice.
Easy to digest so that they can have those water cooler conversations.
Yes. And he's starting with it now. So what does that look like when he refines it in 10 years? And he's only 46 years old, 47, whatever. He's around my age.
Yeah.
I'm 48 or 38. So, before his 50th birthday, he's honed that in over 10 years. Yep. So I think they're definitely playing the long game with it. I hope it's all worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much my tap out.
And then Deep State 69, we'll leave you with this, said hog hunting, huh? to your analogy of having a runner and
I don't mean literally.
Well, you, Kyle. I hope you die. I hope you fucking die.
just to let you know where we stand here on
I don't
C.
I don't mean literally.
CRs. Cam and the Rev.
Cam and the Rev, and
and
Where's that guy?
we love you guys. We'll see y'all Wednesday. We are out.